Hi, it's Mark Thrasher of Sage & Associates with Realty One Group Southwest, and I'm out here at Baily Winery with Rob Crisell, longtime local resident and a bit of a local celebrity if you've got any kids in the local elementary schools, middle schools, high schools that have had him come teach about Shakespeare. Rob, thanks for coming out and doing this.
Thank you for
why don't you tell us a little bit about, you know, yourself and how you got so attached to Shakespeare?
Sure. Well, I started acting back in high school, and then I went through my college years, and it was some acting, a little bit. Mostly, I did critiques of plays, and I wrote for the newspapers. And then about 10 years ago, I started acting again, and I've always loved Shakespeare. And so I decided, when my kid was 7th grade, I decided I wanted him to have a better experience with Shakespeare than I did. So I began teaching in the schools, and that sort of led to a bit of a teaching career. So I go into the Murrieta and Temecula schools as a teaching artist and teach Shakespeare through acting. And during that time, I've also been an actor with Shakespeare In The Vines, and I've been in about 10 Shakespeare plays. And this year I've done my one-man show, but in the past I've been in a lot of the different plays that take place every summer.
Okay, so Shakespeare In The Vines, I see it's out here at Baily Vineyards out here in Temecula. So can you tell me a little bit more about how the season runs?
Sure.
How can people get more info about Shakespeare In The Vines?
Sure. Well, Shakespeare In The Vines has been around for about 12 years, and they usually put on 3 or 4 shows in the vineyards of Temecula Valley. For the last few years, they've been attached to Baily Winery, and we are here at lovely Baily Winery right now on the newly rebuilt stage here at the property. And right now, the production is King Lear, and next will be the complete works of William Shakespeare, kind of a comedy, and then King Lear, and finally the show finishes off in September with All's Well That Ends Well. So usually there's 3 or 4 shows, and so the season is well underway right now.
Great. And you just mentioned your one-man show, Red, White, and Barred.
Right.
I hear it's a little bit of a comedic take on Shakespeare. For those people that aren't familiar with it, can you tell a little bit about the show and how they can get more info about it?
For the last couple months, I've been performing my one-man show, about an hour and a half of kind of a take on William Shakespeare's life, but really as it pertains to Shakespeare in America. So I kind of start off with the first performance ever in America of Romeo and Juliet in 1730. I take us through Abraham Lincoln's experience. He was a lover of Shakespeare, and John F. Kennedy loved Shakespeare, and all the different Edgar Allan Poe and Mark Twain. And I kind of show how much Shakespeare has meant to America throughout the last 300 years. And it's just fun. It comes out of all of my experiences in the schools. So I'll be performing it here at Baily inside Carol's Restaurant on July 27th to 28th. Okay. And before that, though, I performed it many times already, maybe a dozen times so far in schools and elsewhere, but I'll be performing it on June 29th at St. Teresa of Calcutta out in Winchester, California, near Murrieta, and people are welcome to go there. My information is at robcrisell.com or on the website at Shakespeare In The Vines. They can get information about Red, White, and Barred, or this summer's program with Shakespeare In The Vines.
So I did read some of the reviews of the Red, White, and Barred. Very commendatory. I know there's a little bit in there about Keanu Reeves.
Yes.
And could you throw us a little bit of your Keanu Reeves Shakespeare?
Absolutely. Well, everybody loves Keanu Reeves, you know, the star of Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, and the joke that I make, I guess, the bit
I don't want to give too much away.
No.
I just want to hear it.
The bit that I do in Red, White, and Barred is just showing how Keanu Reeves managed to single-handedly ruin Shakespeare for America through his ham-handed performance in Much Ado About Nothing back in 1993. And so, as a native Californian, which I know you are, we all love his California brogue, which is very pronounced. And so I'll give you a little bit of that, but he sort of goes off like this, and when I wear a wig, it sounds a lot better because people forget about my awful accent. But he says, I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I have cause and smile at no man's jest. So that's a little bit about it, and kids do find that so funny. They don't even know sometimes who Keanu Reeves is, but they do know a dumb accent when they hear it. So.
That is great. Okay, so that's robcrisell.com, ROBCRISELL.com. And if you want any more information, you can check it out there. Red, White, and Barred and Shakespeare in the Vines here at Baily's. Again, Mark Thrasher here with Rob.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming out.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Telling you a little bit more about the lovely Temecula Valley and the community we live in. And I'm going to try this one, but havest thou a splendid day.
Excellent.